Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here to 63 Sports and Pleasures. Now we're live in a charge. A little fun out in my neck of the woods. Geomax Dirt Outlaws ready to rock and roll, and I hope all of you are going to enjoy it. And because, you know, local tracks are a ton of fun to be around. And Outlaws at a Wheatland is, it's just a beautiful ride. And of course, I'm biased. I'm going to be biased. That's the way it is. So. Geomax, given all the action here for the Chop Chop Racing Leagues, are going to run the Pro Late models. This series alternates between the Pro Late models and the 410 sprints. And it's been, I'm sorry, the 360 sprints. And it has been kind of battling back and forth between a couple of drivers. Right now, the most wins in the series belongs to Corey Bodnott, who is very, very, very good at these Pro Late models. We're going to see just what the driver's going to be able to do and how much they're going to be able to put into it. Geomax is out of Sanger, Texas, and last week top 394 for the owner out there. So we're going to talk to him in just a little bit. 6962 Odom Rd Sanger, Texas is where they're located. Give a call at 940-736-7720. Geomax is a geotechnical drilling or soil sampling company. They mainly test soils for new homes and investigative work around the Texas and the southern U.S., but they will come to you if you give them a call again. 940-736-7720. Geomax, sponsor of the Dirt Series here for Shop Racing. Love it, man. It's just been good. Thank you to everybody who has liked and followed and subscribed as of late. Mr. Strickland, thank you very much for the share and the like out there. Of course, I got to thank you personally. We are live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at Real City Esports out there on that. We're going to be live on TikTok. Hopefully the next month or so, we'll be able to be live on TikTok. That's the next platform that we're looking forward to being a part of. Try to be, 5 platforms would be even cooler than 4, right? Why not? The more exposure we can do, the better off we can do for these drivers and every single one of these fine folks out here having a good time. It is going to be a lot of fun. This race kind of reminds me of everything that we see normally in our day-to-day racing over here in the Wheatland, Missouri area. Of course, I live in the Lake of the Ozarks, so this is literally a boat not. Getting out there, getting into a driver, and now they're really tearing each other up. Could be a part of Chop Shop. ChopShopRacing.net, Ballast Dice, B&B Music, Admin Box, and Fuego Paints, all a part of the platform over here as well. Make sure you check out Track Racer for Chop Shop Racing. Track Racer gives us our weather report. 78 degrees on the air, 60% humidity, clear skies, 4-mile-an-hour wind. This track is a little bit hotter. 70, well, actually, right there it is, 105 degrees Fahrenheit right now at the track temperature. That is spicy dirt. It's very spicy dirt, 60% humidity on the clay oval surface, and it does look like clay. It's probably the more red dirt that I've seen out there out of any series. So we're going to see what these drivers could be able to do. This track state has been reset, so we'll see what kind of fast laps these drivers could be able to put down. 15-lap heat, 6 to the feature, 15-lap mains, 30-lap feature. I think up to 20 drivers, which could be able to run. iRacing, Chop Racing, giving you all the action, of course. And we do love it. Connor Hazel is the driver that got some good stands last week and a whole lot of dirt action today. Mr. Rob Van Ness, give us a like out there as well. Thank you very much. And put out our list for most engaged followers out there on our Facebook page, so make sure you go check that out. Thank you to all of our members on YouTube as well. I think I've got a membership that's like $1 or $2 out there, and you guys have been kicking butt with that, so consider becoming a member of the Signature Esports platform on YouTube. You can just subscribe. That's a better way to do it. You can also like the posts. It helps us get past that they say there's an algorithm out there, and all I know is that you guys have just been killing it. So if there's an algorithm and it's working, then cool. If not, just thank you all very much for being out there. I can't thank you enough, because these drivers and these leagues deserve it. They take a lot on, they take a lot out of their days and out of their time to be able to do what I do. So, thank them. Thank you. I was looking for the points. I put the points into OBS here. Here it is. Point standings here. Matthew has a win, 4 wins for Corey. Corey missed a race, so that is that's pretty much the reason why there's a deficit there. 28 points off of Matthew Crookie up there. Hunter Hazel got the win last week in the sprints, and he is the owner of Geomax, so a chance for some points gains here. He's going to be 44 points off of Matthew, but he's only 16 points off of Corey. He's had some top 5 nights. He's been ever improving each and every week. Nick Klosterman sits 4th in the point standing with Gary Mansberger out there as well. So the biggest impact these drivers can do is just do well in the heats. And, of course, try to finish inside the top 5 each week when it comes to being up there. So Geomax giving you the points right there. Matthew still trying to defend that. Corey trying to go for his 5th win in the Pro Late Series portion of this one. Still does not have the points lead right now, and that just tells you how much each race does matter when it comes to the point system. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Who's going to be able to control that? Corey looks to get the pole here, and we'll see what's going to happen with that after qualifying. They're going to be done about 1 minute 50 seconds, folks. We're going to let these drivers have at it for just a moment. We will. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. It really is. I'm probably going to starting the live broadcast about 5 minutes later, just because I'm starting really early and I don't want to have any downtime and dead air, until I have other segments and other things that I'm working on to be able to put in. I do want our broadcasts to have more depth and things of that sort. So, but the biggest focus is not just driver interviews. I'd like to be doing things outside of the live sector, like recording things and talking to the drivers and getting some input and insight with that. So as I get through and figure out production and those things, I will be adding some segments and adding some things out there to be able to talk to these drivers that will give us that extra time. On top of that, I'd like to be able to have more when it comes to these drivers. Hey, how about SRX coming to the series here the next couple of weeks? I think that's up for grabs. We're talking about dirt, but talking about rain in the next week or so. So we'll see how that's going to progress and what's going to happen with it. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Maybe a little less than that. How about it? Starting grid for heat race number 1 for the drivers as week 8 gets underway here for the Lucas Oil Speedway. Corey Bodnot's going to be your pole sitter. Hunter Hazel's going to be your outside pole sitter. Brian Warner Jr., Matthew Crookie's going to be there in row number 2. Michael Strickland, Nick Klosterman there in row number 3. Falcon Smith will have Colby Hartung there in row number 4. Brad Dove, Wesley Straight in row number 5. Mark Retchen, Anthony Crown over 6. Row 7 will have Gary Mansberger. That'll be the final driver out there as these drivers get to go to work and enjoying the race line. They're going to load in. They're going to run 15 laps here for the heat, and they should have the consies. So the first 6 drivers across the line are going to be just fine. We'll have ourselves kind of a 7-driver shootout to determine the starting grid after that. So one of the big factors of this racetrack is just being able to maintain that quick jump, because that when it comes to this series, these drivers are going to be able to put on a show. That's for darn sure. So how this is going to work? 34 is going to go from the back to the front. Quite sure. I kind of rolled up high there. I'm not quite sure what was going on there, but it is what it is. Track state is reset here, so they've got quite a bit of grip there. We're going to see just what these drivers are going to be able to do. It's going to be the 34 and the 27. 27 got to go back-to-back weeks with a win here. Connor Hazel is going to be ready to rock and roll. Of course, that is one of the big things here is being able to defend and push the limits. And every one of these drivers are going to be just fine as the Pro Rev Esports driver looks to try to get more out of that car. Pace truck will dive in on the outside, and they're going to go around the back end of this straightaway. Pace truck leaves in turn 2, then they have to travel the back straightaway, and then 3 and 4 here. The 34 will run high here. Ryan Warner Jr., local to the series, ready to go. Green flag. Hazel the second, drivers up to the wall. There is Nick Klosterman up near the wall there, trying to get clear. Big push down at the corner, drivers inside out. 88 on the bottom side. Caution will come out here as Riker having an issue. Riker went all the way to the bottom, got to the back bumper of the 2, and then that caused a big checkup, and then everybody gets all situated. You're fine. You're fine. First caution of the race is going to happen here. The caution laps are going to count. So at least that's what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing anything change when it comes to that relative. So we'll see. This should be. I think that's what they've been doing in the super late model series. Pre-race narrative. Oh, it's not updated. I am looking. $18 will make the feature for the everything else. So we'll see. We'll see if this thing resets. Putting a lap in. Laps to go. Bowden Nut will have the outside. Connor Hazel will restart on the inside here. We double file. Line should go off of a pace truck here this time by. Yeah, there it is. It's all reset. So yeah, the caution laps do not count in this one. The 34, 27, the 2, the 57. Pace truck will dive off. And these drivers should be going at green flag racing here at a 3 and 4. Restart will be very much in the wake of the 34. Oh man, cuts across the nose of the 27 there on the restart. Tried to get the jump and then didn't maintain the lane. Crossed over. It was interesting. Connor Hazel in the middle lane. Here comes Grokey to the bottom side as well. Brian Warner Jr. back to fourth as they go to work out. Brian Warner Jr. and native to this track at 11 in Missouri. Mark Retchin out of Jefferson City, Missouri. He's back near the 9th spot. Push out of the corner. Bowden Nut 13.94, 7/10 of a second lead here. Kind of a single file racetrack here for the 34. Connor Hazel to close in the distance, not necessarily doing so. Croaky's going to be on the bottom side. Here comes Brian Warner Jr. to the mid lane. This track likes to work itself up. And right now you see the 57 running very high. Caution back out. Colby Hartung involved here. Hartung on the very bottom side gets up into the flat, does smack the wall. Corner exit out of 4 is very dangerous for the wall there. Hartung having to jump to pit road right about here. That far chase view that I'm going to show you here in just a second, folks. Right here. So here's 1 and 2. This is 3 and 4. Out of 3 and 4, you come up and there's a flat part right there. If you misjudge that, kind of smack the wall, and that's pretty much what you see there. He's going to be unable to make it to pit road, so he'll We'll have to have that reset and maybe a fast repair. We'll be under 10 laps to go here, so a single file restart will work to the advantage. Restart's going to be important. Race going to be long enough to make a difference here for the drivers. So 34, 27, the 2, the 57, washed a bit of the 26. Everybody looking to, oh no, they're going to have a double file restart. Pace truck's going to be off. 34, 27. 27 will be able to run him high here. 34 will go somewhere around at 3. He is the control car. He's going to go now. 27 was trying to time that with him. Here comes Brian Warner Jr. Brian Warner Jr. up to the outside. He's going to have the 2 on the inside. He's going to be able to carry the corner here. Mid lane. Still a lot of grip there. 57-2. Little board in action here as the 57 tries to get around the 27. Croaky's going to be on the bottom side. Here comes the 57, 7 laps to go. The 2 trying to get back into the mix as well. Here's the 26 to the bottom side. Bottom lane feeding for the 5-7. Bodnot 14.04 now, 13.98. As everybody else dukes it out behind him, Connor Hazel's going to be in second here. Bodnot's going to be carrying the corner. Hartung coming back to pit lane. He's going to be letting himself go. Brian Warner Jr. trying to get around some of the drivers here in the bottom. Working out. Corey Bodnot didn't have to really think about what's going on here. He could just run where he needs to as the drivers behind him work into the corner. (34, 57, 27). 57 trying to get to the bottom, trying to pull it off here. 57 clears the 27. 3 laps to go. Down to the bottom, Croaky trying to work it as well. 57 up near the line. 2 laps to go as Bodnot goes to work. He's going to be just fine. I don't think there's much here. The 57 will clear as Connor Hazel's going to be in second, or back in third. Croaky's going to be in fourth. Washington in fifth right now. White flag waves for the final lap in heat race number 1. Corey Bodnot's going to be just fine. Brian Warner Jr. had to do some work. 2 goes around. 57 will take home second. Connor Hazel will be in third. Croaky had an issue there. Here's what happened to Croaky. 2 tries to clear the 27. 27 off the corner. Into the wall, just down to the corner. Oh, just a nose there. That's what happened there. So Croaky's going to have to get out here and run some laps with these guys. Here's your starting grid for the Consi here. 15-lap Consi. Brad Dove, Croaky, Falcon Smith, Mark Retchen will be the drivers here. Wesley Strait and Anthony Crowner are going to make up that third row. Colby Hartung, who was involved earlier, will be here. Lucas Oil Raceway, or Lucas Oil Speedway, here out of Wheatland, Missouri. The Diamond Dirt Track is the name of this one. That's what they call it locally, and of course there. If you've been to the Diamond Bar over there, I encourage you to do it. That's where you're going to meet a lot of Jess's fam and people that we know over there. That's all a part of the Lucas Oil Raceway. So, sports local tracks, including this one. Lucas Oil Speedway, Diamond Dirt Track. I like it. Just off in the distance, you can hear the Diamond Bar, actually. It's funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's not a bad funny. It's a good funny. All right, this is where pit road is. This is, actually, it's actually over here. Back here. Staging is actually on this road over here. But, you know. We all have our own differences. You know what I mean? You can always think about what's going on. All right. I'm getting an extra lap in. Croaky is going to have it here. As Brad Dove will be control car. Pace truck will dive off out of 1. 25, not to the restart zone yet, but I guess we're going. Weird timing there. Croaky on the outside, Dove on the inside. Ooh, Dove going. Green flag. 2 to the inside, 25 to the outside. Falcon Smith in tow as well. Smith gets to the bottom. Croaky on the outside, trying to lead. There's Falcon Smith. A little fewer cars in this one will allow you to get out there and lead a little bit. Get the changes as Wesley Straight works the bottom side. All these drivers putting on the time and the energy. Mark Retchen here trying to get the outside of the 89. Retchen. He's the 25, 25, 89. Everybody going around. That Dove having an issue. Croaky gets the fastest lap of the segment here. It happened right in front of Mark Retchen. Run over here. Little sideways. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Gets the 89 and Brad Dove right there. 76 is on the outside, has a good lane here. Just a little bit of it. They get straightened back out. And, a little hard racing right there. What world is going on? I don't know what in the world was going on there, folks. I had to reset myself. That's clearly the wrong thing I want to be doing. Thank you, Mr. Penguin. Appreciate you lurking out there on that. It is NASCAR season. A lot of we've seen our way life has been going here lately. We'll give ourselves a good time here. Croaky, Smith, Retchen Straight. That's going to be the front 2 rows on the restart here. 2 will be on the inside. Smith will be on the outside. No nose for the 89. He has to see if this thing will drive out there, right? Green flag. Wesley Straight. Missing the front bumper here. We'll see how well that's going to keep that car working. 76 of Mark Retchen sent up here. Here's Mark. Restart just didn't work. He's up on the wall. Just gets up on the flat. You know anything about the exit right there? That's exactly what that is. Mark jumping to pit road. We'll go back to live conditions here. Excuse me. I don't know what in the world's going on, folks. I do apologize about the overlays. Croaky's got almost a full second lead. Falcon Smith's going to be in second here. Wesley Straight in third. Colby Hartong's going to be back in fourth. Anthony Crown over working his way back. He's got no nose as well. Apparently, you can just drive these things with the open front. That would clog that radiator so bad. Can you imagine? Croaky's going to be up front. 9/10 of a second lead. Falcon Smith trying to find a different race line here. Track finally starting to wear in for the drivers. Not really slicked over. It's not really glassed over yet. The rubber hasn't really been laid down. The tires seem to wait in the advantage. Track state will be able to be worked on as well during the warm-up. There's a 3-minute warm-up coming up in between all of the racing here from the Consi to the main. Field 34, Falcon Smith. Wesley Straight, the 89, back to third here. Falcon Smith closing in. Look at the higher side here. The 2. That's a little bit of a dig out of it. Falcon Smith, 26.07 on the iRating, tracking down to 35.39 iRated driver out of Matthew Croaky. 2:34, 2 way up into the slick there, up into all that grip up there. That flat portion of the racetrack. Very dangerous portion out of turn 4. It'll send you to the wall. Brad Dove having an issue. He is on the bottom side of the racetrack. 2 coming around. He's going to have Falcon Smith in tow. 34 working. White flag waves, final lap here for the Consi as Roki looks to have this one put in. All he had to do was maintain. He's going to make it front straightaway. He's going to knock it out of the park. Falcon Smith will be second. Wesley Straight, Hartung duking it out for third here. Like Wesley Straight will have third. Colby Hartung will be fourth. Anthony Crown over fifth. Dove out in that car worked on. Mark Retchen sitting on pit road as well. So they're going to have a warm up here, and as they do, we will let these guys have at it. And I'll be right back when they're ready to go. Speedway warm-up is getting ready to end here in about 10 seconds. We're going to be live for a 30-lap feature here from Lucas Oil on iRacing, the platform for sim racing. Here for the Chop Chop Racing Series, Geomax Dirt Outlaws. Ton of racing, a ton of dirt, a ton of dry clay, and a whole lot more to happen. As Corey Boatnot's going to be leading out on that pole position, and as he will, we are going to definitely be seeing exactly what these drivers can be doing and what they will be doing over the next 30 laps. It is going to be Boatnot, Brian Warner Jr. on the front row here at Lucas Oil Speedway, the Diamond Dirt Track. Connor Hazel, Nick Klosterman going to make up row number 2. Mansberger, Michael Strickland in row number 3. Croaky's going to have Falcon Smith there in row number 4. Wesley Straight and Colby Hartung in row number 5. Anthony Crown over Brad Dove out there. Mark Retchen bring up the tail end of this one as we get ready for good, clean fun, a.k.a. the dirtiest track you can get to, the dirtiest the dirtiest you can virtually get on iRacing, and that is right here with your face being covered in clay and just absolutely. I tell you what, having to use the tear off button, having to actually have this affect your visibility, it's probably the coolest experience you're going to get on iRacing. So next to this and the The rain's coming, folks. Because the rain is coming, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I mean, I'm going to be testing it, and it's probably going to burn out my graphics card, but, you know, why not? It's only going to be available for a select amount of cars as well, from what I understand. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening, folks. If you haven't done so, again, reach up, hit that like button for me. It goes a long way to support the stream. Make sure you go check out all the fine folks out there. Geomax Dirt Outlaws, ready to rock and roll. 34, 57. Packed straight away, ready to go. Lucas Oil, ready to heat up. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Green flag. 30 laps. 34 out front quickly. Brian Warner Jr. putting a hurting on. Here comes Klosterman to the outside. Falcon Smith with an issue. Caution will come out. Here's what happened here. It's up into the flat, down to the bottom. 89 slides to the 34 here, and then nowhere for him to go. Nowhere for the 21 to go. And oh man, he's going to be able to get to pit road. Himself worked on. Oh, not Brian Warner Jr. Brian Warner Jr. will now be able to see what the 34 is going to be able to do here. We have the 34 and the 034 in the field, so apologies if there's any confusion there. We'll see if 76 is going to be able to get that car worked on. I do believe so. I think he had a right front messed up. No, he will be leaving pit lane here. Should not go a lap down. Should be just fine. Again, caution laps do not count here for the drivers. We'll see what these folks are going to do. 34, I believe, is going to elect the high lane on the restart here. That's what he did in the exactly what he did in the heats. Guess we're gonna have 89 is gonna be toward the end of the field there. I do believe that was probably claimed out there. All right, single file restart, green flag. Caution laps are counting. 57 on the bottom side, 034 up in the mix as well. Able to get back out there. These drivers, Retchen and Smith, both laps down because caution laps are not caution laps are counting. Whoop, there goes the caution laps. I think they're going to be fine. I think that's where it's getting fixed. There it is. It fixed. Woo. iRacing threw a glitch out there for a moment. Was like, no. All right, 3 of 30. But not 14.75 fastest lap of the segment. There's Brian Warner Jr. That's 0.6 of a second difference here. Closing in is right now Bodnot leading by 0.7 of a second. Connor Hazel's going to run the high side here. Falcon Smith right there on the bottom is going to go a lap down. Has some right front damage for the driver. 6.9 as Bodnot tries to carry on the winning ways. It's going to be way up the race line. 57 clear in the corner. 25 laps to go. Geomax Dirt Outlaws. A lot happening here. How about Michael Strickland on the back bumper of the 26 of Klosterman? Klosterman back to the inside. See Stryker way up that race line. There's the two of Croaky right behind as well. Good look at what these drivers have going on. Ooh, big checkup way up on the wall. Croaky down. Got to make sliders happen. This is a good look at what these drivers do to battle it out. 26 working on it. 1.7, 1.8 second lead over here. It's Brian Warner Jr. letting that race line close back in. 22 laps to go. 34 way up the race line. And leading here, 14.74. Using a lot of tire early here. 21 laps to go up near the wall. To bounce it off here. We'll see if anything's going to be able to happen. Connor Hazel, 2.8. 1.8 for Brian Warner Jr. And Warner Jr. utilizing the bottom side of the race line now. Maybe try to close for that gap down. We'll maybe find a lot of grip. High in 3 and 4, low in 1 or 2. As we'll see if the 34 can keep it sideways. At a 2, we'll be up the race line. 1.3 second gap now as Brian Warner Jr. tries to close it back down. Out of the throttle, back into the throttle, sees the 34. A little bit of lap traffic coming up now. You see the gap closing 15.17 last time by for Corey Bodnott. Brian Warner Jr. closing it in right here. 15.02, I do believe Corey maybe just trying to maintain, keep the tires up on the high side now, just keeping it clear. He has a little bit of lap traffic in front of him. Brad Dove, the next driver he's looking at here. And Falcon Smith off the lead lap, 34 in tow. Hunter Hazel trying to close it back down 3 and 3 3/4. As Grokey tries to work on it here. Trying to close in his distance. Right now, the top 2 pulled away. Bodnott, Brian Warner Jr. all within a throwing stone's distance of each other. Bodnott all the way to the bottom side, trying to get around the 25 fighting back, trying to stay on the lead lap here. Right now, Brian Warner Jr. Grokey. Dove goes a lap down. Brian Warner Jr. trying to slide the corner here. Brian Warner Jr. off the surface here, trying to get more. Brad Dove to the back bumper of the 34. Woo! Dove going around. He's good to go right now, half a second as the lap traffic having an issue there. 57.34. Now within the distance, down to the bottom, 57.34. 34 battles on the outside. 57 back into the corner here, still seeing grip. 34 all the way to the bottom. Is going to really slide high in the corner. Brian Warner Jr. side by side with the 34. 34 rolling, 57 to the inside, 34 up on the high side. Battle for the lead. Brian Warner Jr. tries to close it back down. Here comes the 034 of Falcon Smith. And the next driver they try to close in on. Brian Warner Jr. and Corey Bodnott battling behind. This is on board Falcon Smith as you see the 57 close in. Brian Warner Jr. looks to probably slide here. Take over the lead, maybe. Bodnott up on the high side. Both drivers still putting in the effort. Both 34 to the outside. Both drivers door to door. 57-34. 57 on the inside. 3 wide into the corner. 57-34. Corey Bodnott trying to give a little bit more. Door to door. Out of the corner goes to the 34. Brian Warner Jr. still trying to find the slider here. Not clear yet. Bodnott battling back. Advantage 57. Out of the corner. 57 up the racetrack. 34 there. 57 leads for the first time. 34 there to battle. 5 laps to go. 57 out of the corner. Still digging the corner. Still protecting the bottom line. 89 in front of the 57. No! Takes out the leader. Brian Warner Jr. Wesley Straight. '89 smacks the inside barrier. Having a race of his own. Wesley Straight right here. Drops all the way to the bottom, hits the tire, and nowhere for the 57 to go. The last scoring segment would have put Brian Warner Jr., but he was involved. And now the 34 back out front. unfortunate circumstances, lap traffic getting into the bottom of the racetrack. Last couple of ditch efforts here. 4 laps to go. The 34 will get a good jump. We'll be able to get a good jump here. This is where the restart can be controlled. Green flag. Croaky's in second. 27 on the bottom. Brian Warner Jr. All that work to close it back in. Corey Bodnott coming around here. 3 to go. Now the 2 will try to get to the inside. 57's just got too much damage here. 2 to go. 2 will work the outside, try to get around. Just not enough. Brian Warner Jr. having a heartbreak there. Corey Bodnott, caution will come back out here. Mark Retchen, Brad Dove. So we'll extend this one for another lap. 76 goes to the inside, sends the inside. Heavy brakes. It's the difference in speed. Brad Dove gets around. Corey Bodnott, good with ease. We'll take a white flag here. Connor Hazel will be here. Ryan Warner Jr. back up here as well. Brad Dove behind the line now. Bodnott, 57, the 2. We will have 1 lap. Green flag. Final lap here at Lucas Oil. Brian Warner Jr. come around and try to clear it, but he's not going to be able to do it. Bodnott will come home the victor here. Brian Warner Jr. will be second. Brokey's going to be third. Hazel Klosterman, your top 5. 5 for 5 for Bodnott in the Pro Late Models. And I think that the race was just heating up, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, Brian Warner Jr. gets taken out. Able to avoid that one. As Corey Bodnott gets the victory here, Brian Warner Jr., Matthew Croakey's going to be second and third. We'll have to see how the points stack up here, because Conti went to Croakey, and we'll have to see if Bodnott takes over the points lead here. He was still 28 off coming into today's race. Another top 3 for Croakey. Still could keep him in the points lead, but we'll see how that goes. Connor Hazel's going to be 4th. Klosterman 5th. Gary Mansberger, Michael Strickland, Anthony Crownover, Colby Hartung, Mark Retch will be your top 10. Dove, Falcon Smith, Wesley Strait, your top 13. As that'll be the way it is. Bodnott gets the victory here today, and real quick, 5 for 5.
I don't even know what to say about that.
5 for 5.
Yeah, okay. 5 for 5 in a late model at least.
Still missing that 1 race. Points are going to still be tight leaving today, but you're inching and you're clawing every point that you can get. This one right here, I mean, you and Brian were putting on a phenomenal race, and next thing you know, that all changes with a little bit of lap traffic.
Yeah, I got by Brad Dove there, and I happened to just peek my headset down to see what the gap was, and I see Brian 0.1 second behind me. I'm like, oh my, and I didn't know what line he's running, so I just started running the slider both corners to block if he was gonna put a slider on me, and we were gonna catch his 3 or 4 lap cars as well, and I didn't know what we were gonna do at that point. Luckily for me, Wesley ended up grabbing a tire, and it gave damage, heavy damage to Brian, and I guess it counted him behind me, even though he was the leader at the last lap scored.
Yeah, it was one of the things that I was a little confused about as well. But hey, you know what? I still think with that heavy damage he has, I mean, you're going to make the pass, and it's going to be. Yeah, I mean, he would probably defend it as well as he could, but I mean, he did have some significant right front damage. So, but not to take away, got a good heat. Yeah, I mean, you dominated your heat. Everybody had to work their way to you, and today you get a victory again. Prolates are working for you, but you're not too bad in the sprints as well. So. We'll have to see what happens next week, of course, but and see what happens with the points, because I'm curious, because you and Croaky have a good little battle going on there for those points.
Yeah, the heat race win with him not finishing top 5, that's 5 extra points on Croaky that I didn't have coming into tonight, so it should stabilize us a little bit more than where we were.
Yeah, you had a 28-point lead, and I know that has everything to do with missing a race, but hey, you know, it's still a battle. You're 5 for 5 in the prolates, man. Congratulations on a victory here at Lucas Oil. Got the Diamond Dirt track down pat, and it's your time for shoutouts, man.
Yeah, Fusion Setup Shop, Random Designs Paint Services, SRC Miller Racing. We've rebranded from Fonseca Miller Racing. OSR Network, you up here. Striker for letting me come out in the dirt and play with him, and ever so often he lets me come out and play on the asphalt series that they have.
Very much love, man. Congratulations. I'll see you the rest of the week, brother.
Yeah.
Odom gets victory here. P3 finish for Croaky here, as I know the points are going to be the big factor here when it comes to leaving this. Early issues in the heat put you behind the ball a little bit, but you were able to claw back at yourself back to third. I just need a little bit more to get around Brian to push the envelope there, but just not enough time when it comes to this quick restarts.
Yeah, you know, I apparently need to change up paints or get the magnet out of my car because I'm apparently just everybody's wrecking ball recently. So hopefully here next week we'll figure it out. I think we go to Williams Grove, so driver's track for sure. It's tough when it gets slick, so hopefully they let it slick off and not do this 0% and tacky, because I mean, kind of boring racing, honestly. But hopefully we'll get her slick.
I tell you what, tonight was you had to wear on the track. I mean, this track still looks like it has a lot of meat to it. And I know this track, and I know this track very well, and there was still a lot of grip in places that you would expect after running a couple of, running the heat in the Consi. And, it's just such a big track, and there's so many places to run that you just need a little bit more. I know that Corey's got he's got a big advantage when it comes to these prolates, but he says that you're the best when it comes to the sprints. What do you got to do just to try to keep extending? Because of course points here ever important, especially as we approach halfway.
Yeah, I think it's just more of try to be consistent with the late models. Hopefully one of these days have some luck and pick off a win. And then for sprint cars, it's just consistent, try to win every night. I know he's pretty decent in the sprint cars too. I know, can't remember when it was, a couple weeks ago, but I had a little bit of damage from somebody rear-ending me, and that affects your car when you hit people in the rear. So it's tough with sprint cars because they're so finicky, but late models, you can lean on each other quite a bit, and usually it's pretty good and you both can last. But as you can see in the heat race, it was kind of one of those deals where I think it was Connor clipped my quarter panel and spun me, but it is what it is, so we'll just continue clicking off top threes hopefully and see where the points take us.
I like it. All right, man. Well, congratulations. Same concept. I'm curious to see what the points are going to do between you two, and thoroughly interested and thoroughly vested as we move forward. P3 Finish, man, give you a shout out.
Yeah, first off, I have to thank everybody here at Chop Shop for putting on the league, you for broadcasting each and every week, A2 Performance Horses, Phantom Motorsports, Velocity Race Designs, DSD Designs, M9 Performance, Arcade Farms, and Weichel Sportswear.
Brother, we will see you next week.
Yep, see you.
That is Matt. And last but not least, the guy that had a shot. And the inside tire barrier caught somebody off guard. And they ended up in your lap more so than anything else. Brian Warner Jr. out of Lebanon, Missouri. Brother, tell me about it, man. Brian, are you there?
Hello?
I can hear you now.
I was trying to get that win. I needed it. I needed redemption against him from Lanier. I thought I had it too.
I tell you what, you guys had a great battle going on there, and it's a shame that it happens. I mean, it does happen. I mean, it's racing, and you never know what's going to be around the other corner. And I know that it was an honest mistake from Wesley. He just hit the bottom berm, and he's turned around, and you're already committed to the slider. You're looking down into the corner, and the next thing you know, you see that coming at you. But hey, you were able to still hold on for second. You had some heavy right side damage.
Oh yeah, the car was like I couldn't get a good start. Every time I get a good start, it loses traction. Like it just wanted to spin out.
Is it because that there was too much dirt on there, or maybe did you need to? Because it seemed like you guys needed to wear in the track a little bit.
No, I had front end damage. I had wheel damage on the left side, so it wasn't cornering perfectly for the restarts.
Right. Well, no, I'm talking about before then. I'm talking about when it came to the session state here toward the end. It seemed like you guys needed to wear it in a little bit more.
Yeah, I think if we had it wore in a little bit more, it'd have been a lot faster, and we would have been making a lot more sliders. Yeah. But I was staying in basically the grip.
Mm-hmm. The bottom, basically you were keeping as low as you could, just trying to do it. I mean, you and Bowden had a good battle going on there, and it was a ton of fun to watch, man. At least, hey, you put on a good show. You can't be mad with that. You get a P2 finish, and there's a lot more racing left. We're just about to the halfway mark here. With the way life is presented us, there's more dirt track racing ahead of us. So, Brian, much love, man. Give you shout outs. I know this is a hometown track. P2 finish is not too bad.
I give a shout out to Recycle OE and Stoutland, Missouri, and Dice Designs for the graphics on my late model. And he's building me a all-star truck soon.
All right, brother. Well, I look forward to seeing what you got going on there, okay?
All right.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.
It's Brian Warner Jr. But taking names. Corey Bowden goes 5 for 5, and he's going to be tough to beat. That's the way it is. Alternate. If this was just a pro late model series, we would not have a field. Corey Bowden not winning every race. That would be there would be nobody be showing up. That'd be a true story out of all of that. But alternating weeks makes it that much more interesting, and everybody has a shot to win. Any given week, we've seen it time and time again. But you got to get out there. You got to put the effort in. You got to put the pressure on, and we'll see what these drivers can do. It was a good night, folks. Be good, be safe. Thank you to Geomax. Thank you to Chop Shop. Thank you to all the fine folks out there knocking things out of the park. Of course, and always, we'll see you Wednesday night. Tomorrow night, we're going to be off. So Wednesday night, we'll be back for the Winston Throwback Series as things heat up over there as well. And yeah, that was it. I was not surprised that Bowden went 5 for 5. more surprised that the iRacing scoring loop changed things there. And I think it's because he was involved in the caution, but he wasn't the cause of the caution. So that's a little confusing on that remark. But either way, it's all good. Roy Bodnott gets the victory here. I still think he passes Brian Warner Jr. because of the damage that he had. But I don't know. I mean, with the control of the restarts, who knows there? So, yeah, I don't know. Race. Be good. We'll see you in the next one.